everyone, it's Cal from Cal's Crafts. How are you doing? I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you. It's much appreciated. And thank you for all the other ones that keep coming back time and time again. I really do appreciate you. And hi if you've just, come for a little look. Today I'm going to do my whip and chat. It's whip and chat Saturday. I'm working on Row Diamonds from the UK company. And can you see that? It's the Gemini. They've got a whole range of these for every star sign. And when I saw that, how cool is that? I had to get it. It's 45 colours, 60 by 50. So I thought I'm going to start it with you lot. And it's huge. Huge. So I've got corner here. This is my box because I think this is one I'm going to come back and forth to. I don't think I'm going to do this one all the time. I'll see how I get on because it's a square. So if it's not too bad, I might carry on, or I might do a smaller one in between. So instead of putting it in anything small, this one I can just put in here, put the lid on, put it away, and done and dusted. And that's how I did it, because they all come in little baggies and they're easy to get out the bags. There's my pens down that side, so I'll get my pens out. Got some paddy wax, and we're off to go. Oh, my trays, where's my trays? Oh, and I got my trays, look. So I'm going to sit down now. So I'm going to zoom you in into this corner a bit more. Is that okay for you? Is that all right? Do you mind being there? I've got a cup of tea. Well, sort of a cup of tea. Yeah, it is a cup of tea, look. Half lukewarm. Oh, I forgot to say, this was about, I think it was about £27. Somewhere around there. So I didn't think it was too bad for this size. But as I said, I've not done one of their paintings. I've done their little books, and I think I've done their bookmark. But that's all. And I forgot to cut, and you can hear a buzzing. That's a fly on my fly catchers. Whoop, 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 whoop. I know they're not very pleasant fly catchers, and they don't look the best. But when you've got stinky flies buzzing around you all the time, then yeah, I'm afraid they have to go up. So I put some up yesterday, and I think we've got something like, since yesterday, 40 flies. Yeah, and there's still loads, and I killed I don't know how many with a rolled up newspaper. I was swatting them like there was no tomorrow. Like a little ninja I was going for it. Right, so I'm just going to pull that back. And we should be working sort of that way. I'm working portrait, but I should be sort of sat landscape. So I've got it all into squiffy thing. The only trouble is the keys up there. And I can't see that far with my glasses. So I'm going to have to keep lifting it up. So L is B520. So yeah, that's going to, I think I might have to photocopy that, and then, not photocopy it, yeah, photocopy it. So I've got a key down this end. I think it's going to be a pain otherwise. That's probably too many. That gives you an idea of how many white there's going to be in this one. Yeah, just a few. And I don't do multi-places, as you all know. And especially in squares, because I have no luck in squares whatsoever. So I will be doing the old checkerboard. I'll move them out of the way. So how's everybody's week going? We've gone from having, can you see me? Yeah, hang on. There you go. Beautiful sunshine beginning of the week to the end of the week of being high winds, rain, and pretty much yuck. Oh look, I put them the wrong way. Anybody else go wrong with the checkerboards? I'm not concentrating. Yes, it's wet today. Well, it's actually, I tell a lie, it's coming dry now, but it has been wet this morning. Me and Millie went out and did the shopping, and there wasn't many people about. First time I've been on a Saturday morning food shopping and been able to go near enough walk straight in and not have to queue to pay, because usually I can be queuing 20 minutes to 30 minutes to pay. But today, nope, straight through, which was absolutely lovely. Don't suppose it'll happen again, but it was nice while it did. So, what's everybody else been doing this week? Well, I am loving my garden furniture. Oh, well, garden furniture, it's a table. But we had our first meal, proper meal out there Saturday night. We had steak, chips, mushroom sauce. And even Joss came and joined us outside, which was lovely, which is never heard of outside. He does occasionally join us at the table. But yeah, so I think we haven't properly had a proper meal out there for about 10 years. We've had like a sandwich on your knee job, but not round a table. So then Sunday morning I had my breakfast out there, my toast and my cup of coffee, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Loving my table. And then in the afternoon I did some colouring out there. But I know you shouldn't moan, and I know, but it was hot. It was hot. There was no shade, it was hot. So I said, we've got to get a brolly. Well, in Grant's work, they got one of the crank handle ones. Instead of you push the brolly up, you turn the crank and crank it open. And I think it was £52. The base was like a concrete base, but it was, it's in a lovely, it's sort of dyed it like a brownie colour, but it's ever such a pretty colour. And oh shoot, so we ifed and hard, and I said to Grant, right, I'll have a look in Aldi's, because sometimes they have them in there. Well, they were $39.99 in there with no base, and it wasn't as well made, you know, it wasn't as solid as the one in Grant's works. So I said, we'll get the one there, because you'd pay more than a tenner for a good base. So, you know, it was £40 there with no base. So the base, you know, so I said, it's going to be about the same. So he brought it home. It was a lot nicer. Oh, it's so nice. The base is so heavy. It's not going to blow over. Anyway, no chance of that. And so easy to use. And, but it's in the shed. Because it's done nothing but blinking rain and wind since. And I don't want it to break. So I said to Grant, I still want him to put a hole in the middle of my table for a brolly over the table. So I might buy a cheap brolly to go, you know, just over the food when it's on the table, sort of job. I don't know. But yeah, so I've had no sunshine to try it out yet. So hopefully maybe next week, fingers crossed. So I put a plastic bag over the post thing that's in the base, so there's no water can go into it. I thought it was very clever of me. So I said that saves humping that whole system into the shed and out the shed. But it is nice. It's like a nice brown colour. Not a shitty brown colour, just a nice brown colour. And it goes well with the decking and the barrel table. To be fair, it is nice. I am dead chuffed with that. So I said to Grant, next time it's warm again, meals outside. So we had to take the dining room chairs out, because you can't sit round it in a camping chair, because the camping chairs are a little bit low. Jessie, well, no, take that back. You could if you're over 5'6". So Jessie, Josh and Grant are fine. If you're little short asses like me, 5'4" now, or Millie, because she's only 5'5", then you could scoop it off the plate straight into your mouth. You know, like you see Chinese people eating rice like that. You could be like that with your food. So yeah, so I said no, we'll get the chairs and sit on a proper chair. Me and Millie said no, we don't want to be scooping it in. Oh. yeah, so what was it? What were we on? 74 days of lockdown. And they have lifted the restrictions very slightly on Monday, that you could go round to a friend's house as long as you sat in the garden and you stayed 2 meters apart. So it was Jessie's friend birthday at the weekend, and we didn't think we were going to get to see her, so they invited us round on Monday. It was just her friend, a friend's mum, me and Jess, for a barbecue in the garden. Just hot dogs. She said, I'm not going to do a big bowl, just hot dogs and some salad. So we said we'll bring some sweet corn, some sweet corn, some salad, salad potatoes, sausages from the butcher's, and some rolls and some crippies on the side. And you know what? We sat in the garden. It was so nice for me because it's the first time that usually I'm the one that's in there doing stuff, and she insisted I didn't do anything. So the girls just sat round the table chatting, because it was a biggish table, so you're plenty part enough. Not that they don't speak to each other every single day anyway, but you know, seeing face to face obviously is different to FaceTime. Amen. And me and her friend's mum had a good old natter as well. And Josh picked us up then. We went there for about 12, and I think he picked us up about 3:45, so it was a lovely couple of hours. And Jessie, it really gave Jessie a boost seeing one of her friends. So she's got another friend's birthday tomorrow, so we'll probably pop up Monday and drop her presents off. Or if Jess wants to, we can just drive past tomorrow and drop them off, and she can say happy birthday. So it was nice. So news on Lily, her legs seems to be better. She still, if she can jump up now on the bed. She's not supposed to, but she does do it. But she can do it. We try not to let her do it, because she tends to, if she jumps up, that one leg is still slightly not being lifted up properly. So she's had now yesterday a little walk to the end of the road, which is probably not even 100 meters, and she's not impressed at all. It's like, why have you bothered to bring me out here? You know, what do you call this? This is not a walk, is it? You can't call this a walk. And she's looking up at me, and I said, sorry, that's all you're allowed for now. You have a few days of this, and then we'll gradually get it longer and longer. Yeah, so she's not impressed. So she's gone from a 3-mile walk down to like less than 100 meters. Yeah, but she has been poorly, because they get some, is it Metacam, I think it's called, anti-inflammatory painkillers, and that did kick her pancreas off again, and we thought, oh god, no, because she had blood in her stools. But I think because I knew what to do this time, I caught it in time, so I took her straight off the medicine, straight onto, which she's already on, white chicken, but we cut back on her dried food as well, give her a bit of rice. And she was very not with it for a few days, you know, just lying by the front door or in a cage, even at night. And I mean, she's always slept with me and Grant, you know, or if she's been poorly, one of us slept on the settee, and she'll sleep by the side of us in the settee. But this time, no, she just wanted a cage. So we knew she felt rough. But yeah, yesterday she started getting back to her old self, and today, yeah, up to mischief today, rolling around, because she had to go to the groomers. We're trying a new groomer. I know it was going to be fantastic, because she runs a 5-star doggy hotel, and it is 5-star. They've got a TV screen which I think is 55 inches. It could be 60 inches. Now this is just for the dogs. They've got 2 big settees in there, 2 big dog beds in there. These are all for the dogs. There's security cameras everywhere, so they've got a backyard, a woodland backyard, a massive field to play in. They've got a patio with loads of different toys on it for it's just luxury beyond. And if they want to sleep with Sammy, you know, they go up and sleep with Sammy. So the groomer that Lily normally goes isn't open yet, and Lily was desperate, so, and Sammy's so much nearer for us. So I took her, well, Lily nearly jumped out the car to her. She waited, you know, on the one side, and like she said, do you want a crater or will she come to me? I said, Sammy, what do you think? She said, come to me. I said, yeah. So she ran straight to Sammy, put her on the lead with her, took her. She's done a beautiful job. She said she was so well behaved. I explained to her about her pancreas and her leg. But she said she was so good. She had quite a few knots, which I knew that I couldn't get out because of the poodle fur. But she's, oh, her face, she still looks, if I can remember, I will try and put a photograph of what she looks like. What are we on? About 15 minutes. I will try and remember to put a photo in for you. Oh, she's kept her face to look so cute, and she smells. Excuse me. She smells like, I don't know whether it's a baby talc smell or what you'd call it, but oh, it's so clean smelling and lovely. And I just smell it, and she's looking at me as if to say, why are you sniffing me, Mum? You're always telling me not to sniff things, and there you are sniffing me. I said, I can't help it, just smells so good. So she's had a roll on the beds, roll on the settee, all over the carpets. So I'm not sure whether she's trying to get this nice smell off her or what, whether she thinks she stinks. I'm not quite sure. So she's gone off somewhere now. Bless her. She does make me chuckle. But it's nice to see her back to her old self a bit more. Oh yeah, oh, that's the other thing with this, is it does come out. The side is fine, but it does come out. Can you see me? And I haven't got any washi tape, and I haven't got any small masking tape either to put on it, so I might try and put the knife down it later and get it off. If you don't know what I mean, it's just very, very lightly score down there with a sharp knife, and then usually you can roll it and it'll come off. Really easy thing to do. There's loads of people that show you. I think I show it in some of my older videos how to do it. Mrs. C has. There's loads of people that have done it. Show you how to get the excess glue off. You will hear loads of noise upstairs. It's Jessie and Millie walking around. I say to them, I said, don't walk around too much when I'm filming because you can hear the floorboards going. I'm like, no, we won't, we don't. Now they're dead quiet the whole morning. Well, it is now 3:30 because I'm a bit late. And not heard hardly a peep out of them. The minute you press the record button, they're all up and down the stairs, up and down in our bedroom where the floorboards really squeak. Yeah, I'm surprised hubby hasn't been in yet for something. Oh, and I did go to the garden centre this morning. I have now got my hanging basket. I ordered it back in January. And I thought I'd be the first one. I think it was something like the 12th of January I ordered it. So I know the people that own the garden centre, Dave and Jill. And she said, no, you're number 6. Number 6! But yeah, so, and because mine's one of the first ones that they made up, I should have picked it up last weekend, but couldn't. So I picked it up today. It is gorgeous. It is so full, and oh, so they always put all the nice plants, and it's like massive basket. It's probably what I would say at least 15 inches, if not more, wide. And it's $23.50 the plant, the whole lot. But if you take your basket back year after year, which I always do, you get £3 off. So it was only £20.50. Well, one year I didn't get the basket and I made the basket up myself. And it ended up costing me 25 quid. And I didn't have half as many plants that I did for this. So I thought, and a lot more hassle. So I've got Grant's hung that up now. And turned over the metal thing, so you can't get it off without one hell of a job, because otherwise some bugger would pinch it because it's out the front. So they'd have to spend about half an hour trying to get it off if they want it. And then I got some herbies, but they didn't have many herbies. I only got rosemary, which I have got one rosemary, but it's a bit straggly, so I thought I'd try another one. Rosemary, curly parsley, and variegated sage. But they said you should have get some more. They're growing more, but they're not ready for at least another 3 weeks because of all this coronavirus and stuff. They're behind on stuff and getting hold of stuff, and yeah, I said, oh, that's fine, because I want it to go in the bit of the whiskey barrel that we cut off. That's going to be my herb garden. And the mint oh yeah, that was it. I've got some mint. I've got some apple mint, which I've never heard of apple mint before. And it does smell appley mint. It's weird. So when we went to this barbecue, Jessie's friend's mum's got a little herb garden out the front. So she gave me some, she's going to do me some cuttings as well. But she gave me some normal mint, garden mint. We just cut two pieces of that off, and then there was the apple mint had a bit of a root on the one she pulled up, which is great. Well, they've all taken. I just literally, because I've got my own compost, because when we emptied the compost bin, we had all that nice compost that hadn't been used, so I stuck it in that, and they've taken as well. So I said we're going to have loads of mint, because I would not put mint straight into the ground because it spreads like wildfire. So I always put it in a tub. Well, actually, yes, I have put it in a tub, but I put it in with Grant's pine tree, bonsai pine tree, that he's now put in a bigger pot because it's he's not going to do any more with it. He's sort of started bonsaiing them, and now he's sort of lost a little bit of interest on it. So that one he's just putting in a bigger pot, which is deep enough to grow my mint. So put that in there, because I do like fresh mint on potatoes and stuff, or in peas. You can't beat it, I don't think. So for tea tonight, I've got some prawns. I've got some king prawns and some normal prawns. Cook them in white wine with a bit of garlic and paprika. I don't know if sometimes I use smoked, sometimes I use ordinary. I think I'll use ordinary today. Paprika. And then I'm going to cook some rice to go with it. And I'm going to do a load of garlic bread to dip up the juices. That is the plan. I hope it tastes as good as it sounds, the recipe. I've done it once before and it was nice. So I bought a bottle of wine, so a bit of it will go in the prawns and the rest we can have with it, which is a bonus. So I said I'll cook that later. Do that tea time. I did make some more bread rolls this week. They wanted fish finger roll sandwiches. Is it Thursday? So I thought instead of buying shop bought, I will just make some. And fair play, they were lovely. So I said next time I think I'll do a double batch, because the batch I make only makes 6. And I said whoever finishes the first one gets to have the last one, sort of thing. So nobody said, oh, it's not fair, I haven't got one. So I said I'll do a double batch next time. I've got my hair all curly-whirly. I don't think you're going to see it. But Millie curled my hair for me yesterday. She likes fiddling with hair. Usually she plaits it. And I said that yesterday morning, I shower and whatever. I said, I think I'll leave it down today. And she said, oh, can I curl it? I said, yeah, if you want to. It saves me. So I got a cup of tea and she did my hair for me, which was lovely. So I drank my tea and she fiddled with my hair and she really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed being pampered. And I have to say, hand on heart, and I'm not just saying this because she's my daughter, but she'd done a far better job than when I've been to the hairdressers for my hair to be curled. Well, to be made wavy. Far better, because they tend to have it that it's tight to the top of your head. So you've got no volume on your head. So you've got like a small bit on and then all this volume. But no, she got it just right. I was so chuffed. And she was smiling from ear to ear because I was so chuffed with what she'd done. So if anybody wants their hair done, plaited or curled like anything, Millie's a girl to see. Cold tea is not quite the same as, like, I got used to drinking cold coffee from when I worked in the factory, because you never got to drink your coffee hot. It would always be cold by the time you'd probably have one sip of it warm, and then you'd be drinking it cold. And I don't mind cold coffee, but I don't like cold tea. It's drinkable, but that's about it. That's about it. What else? I've been cross stitching, as you know. People have seen my what's it called? Floss tube video. Tells you all about what I've been doing, what I've been up to, what I'm gonna be doing. But I do need your advice. I'm all doing this in for the green. What do you think of that colour? It's like purples and lilac-y purples and pinkies for the letters. So in there, can you see the colour? There, you can see the colour there. So I'm thinking of that, like the letter C in that, in there. Because I did look, well, I was originally thinking red. And then Mrs. C said, a bit Christmassy. I thought, oh shit, yeah. So I thought, no, that's out the window. Then I thought, oh, I've got this lovely orange. Then I thought, Halloween. And it is beautiful orange. So I had a dark purple and a light purple. I think the dark is too dark. And I don't know whether the light is too light. But that's the one I thought would look nice. But I did say to Mills that I might do a letter or start of a letter, see how it looks. And if I don't like it, I could frog it out and just do it all in green. Do you know what I mean? But I'd like to, I don't know why, I've just got this idea that it would look nice with the letters in a different colour. And because it's variegated, I just think it'll look pretty. But I don't know. Yeah, and I also finished my Victoria Moon special half drill. And I got to admit, I loved doing that. It was so quick and easy. It was unreal how quick it was to do. And it's so pretty. And I've got loads of drills left over, which I might use in here. I don't know. I'm thinking of the eyes. I might change the eyes slightly. But I'm going to see. So I'll probably put a video up with the comparisons this week, I think. Come in. What day are we today? Saturday. So yeah, next week sometime I will do that one. So I thought that would be quite interesting. You know, doing the comparison between the two. Well, these are fitting in beautifully, I have to say. So far, so good. I must admit, I'm not as confident on squares as I am on round. I think it's because I started on round. It seems to be people that started on squares prefer squares and find squares easier. And then people that started on round tend to go for the rounds. Let's try this one. I can hear Jessie talking. Now she's been in a fret because, remember, did I tell you last week that her live, I paid for Xbox Live for her every month, and tell her it's the second month that they've taken the payment, but they've stopped, she can't get onto it. So I've been on to him, spoke to him, they said, oh yes, it'll be rectified. Nope, not been rectified at all. So I thought, right, so I tried to contact him again. It's a nightmare to get the right department because they say you've got to answer these questions, and none of the questions apply to what I want to ask them. So you think, right, I'll try something similar, and then it comes up, oh, we can't pass you on to onto our live chat with that question. You have to ask a gamer. I'm thinking, oh my God. So in the end, I unsubscribed, and I said to Jessie, I've unsubscribed, so what we'll do is resubscribe, and I'll just have to put it, you know, that's $6.99. Oh well, we'll just have to let it go, and then I'll go on live and put it on a recurring one, and that should solve the problem. But it won't let us resubscribe. It just keeps saying a fault on their end now. So I said to Jessie, maybe it's because it doesn't run out, I think, till the 13th this month. So I don't know. So in theory, she should still be able to play live till the 13th, because it's paid up till the 13th. But no, so we still can't, we're paying for it, we still can't play it, and we can't resubscribe to get any other live. So she's a bit fed up. So she's playing on Millie's PlayStation to talk to her friends on Fortnite, because it doesn't cost on PlayStation to do it like it does on Xbox. And then Millie gets an effect because she wants to be on her PlayStation talking to her friends, which is only fair really, because it's her PlayStation. So the only time there's peace now is when Josh goes out. He lets Jessie go on his Xbox. So we have a bit of peace then. He has. He went up to Dad's again last night, bless him, for a couple of hours. He's just gone out now to meet his friends. It's quite funny. They meet up in a car park, and they park like in like 4 bays, 2 bays sort of opposite each other, so they can all stay in the cars, but they can all chat. And I said, well, if it works, you're still abiding by the rules, as long as you don't go any further than, I think it's 5 miles from home. Unless you're going to somebody like my dad who's vulnerable, to check up on him. So yeah, so he's gone to meet them. I must admit, I did quite like the complete lockdown, because I knew where he was. Do you know what I mean? He was home safe. He wasn't in a car where he can have an accident, or somebody can hit him and cause an accident, or, you know, I say to him, stay safe, watch everybody on the road. He said, oh, I'm quite capable. I said, yes, I know you might be. I said, it's the other buggers on the road. What happens if they don't see you, or they're growing a bit too fast? Or I said, that's what worries me. I go, I am 18, Mum. I said, I know you're 18, but still. I said, I'd still be worrying about you when you're 60. That's what mums do. He just looks at me and walks off. And I do the mum thing and say, don't use all my petrol. I said, I need it so we can go and see Grandpa. I know. Okay, Grant's music. He's got Mozart, I think, by the sound of it, on in the garden. He says he finds it relaxing. He's carving a raven skull again. The second one. Somebody's asked him to do it. And I keep saying to him, you know, if you're going to make things for people and sell them to them, you need to ask for a deposit. Because he made a headpiece, it was. I call it a death mask. It's not a death mask, but it's identical to this lad that died, and his dad wanted a head of him. Sent him in loads of photos, back and forth for months and months and months. And then, yeah, arranged the delivery day. Went to deliver it. We waited for 4 hours, no sign of him. Never heard of him again. Blocked us, and so I said to Grant, that's it. And we felt so sorry for him, because he had lost his son, because we saw the news article on it. But I said to him, you know, you wasted all that time doing that. I said, you need to start asking, oh, I don't like to, because it's only a hobby at the moment. I said, yeah, but still. I said, when you're spending like 50 to 80 hours on a piece, and then they decide they don't want it, I said, I'd rather them say in the beginning, if you tell them a price, yes or no, and I said, then you should say, right, pay a deposit, non-refundable deposit. But no, has he? No. Does he listen to me? No. But it, you know, it keeps him happy. He's always smiling when he's out there. So, and he's contented when he's out there. Even when his hands are hurting him, he's still out there chipping away. So who am I to say any different, isn't it? Who am I? So I'll do these. I might do some more stitching this afternoon. Looks like the sun's trying to poke through. That'd be quite nice if it did, because I could go outside and sit for a while, which would be rather nice, because the chairs are dry out there, because we only had 2 of the camping chairs out there and they were underneath the canopy, so I think they're fairly dry. It is nice sitting out there. It's relaxing. I find it totally relaxing. I know we're by the road, but you seem to switch that off from listening to that. I seem to zone it out. Unless it's, you know, noisy bloody exhaust. Why do these kids have to have these exhausts that make all this bloody noise? Honest to God. I said, it's not impressive. So bloody noisy. You can hear them coming from a mile off. I hate it, I do. But that's being young, I suppose. Because Grant says, you know, you're becoming old when you start complaining about stuff like that. He says, when you're young, you just think, yeah, it's great. And then as you get older, it's, oh, really? You look like a right pellet going down the road, revving your engine like that. Nobody thinks you're clever or big. Makes me smile. Oh, these are going in really nice. I hope the rest of them are just as good as this. I shall be well pleased. Because when squares are really good fitting, they are absolutely joy to do. But if they start popping and stuff, it's like, urgh. So this won't be a long whip and chat today. Sorry, guys. Not a lot interesting happens, you know, when you're on lockdown. I say the kids are in their room. Oh, the cats have been scrapping. And they've had another scrap this week. And Ellie, who's the boss of the household, as they say. Molly's trying to be boss, I think. And Ellie lets her get away with so much. And then Molly tried to smack her. Went for her yesterday, I think. And Molly just laid into her. It was like a boxing match. Well, you know when you see a kangaroo going for it, that's what she was like on Molly. Molly's in Scarborough. Ellie's real laid back, but you push her, yeah, and the dog's scared of her. I mean, Ellie's taken, like Lily always sleeps in between our pillows. She has done since a puppy. She doesn't shed any fur at all. And I tried to get her out of it, but I'm too soft now, and I feel sorry for her, especially since she's been poorly. But the cat thinks that she can sleep there, and she's molting, and I don't like it. So the cat gets shifted, so she goes in with, usually she always sleeps with Millie. She's always slept with Millie by the side of Millie's pillow. But I think she's trying to wind the dog up, because she's keeps going where the dog sleeps. Of course, Lily's too scared of her to do anything, so I have to go in and move the cat so the dog can go to bed. I said they're worse than bloody kids now. I said I've had it with the kids. Now the kids are older and want to keep themselves to themselves. It's being refereed between bloody cats and the dog. Have a laugh at them. Right, my lovelies, I think, what are we on? What are we on? Well, we're on 40 minutes, so we'll leave it there for today. Oops. Do you think I'm going to get them in there without them all going everywhere? Seems a good idea at the time, doesn't it? Pouring them all in. I think I put too many in. So I will say thank you ever so much for catching up on my little whip and chat this week. Sorry there's nothing exciting really happened. But you know I love chatting to you lot. You're my therapy. I can just chat away to you and you agree with me. You say the right things in the right places. You're the best. So I might do a bit more on this actually. Make some coffee because that tea's foul cold. And I'll say thanks for sticking me out if you've watched all the way through. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me what you're doing with yourselves. Tell me that you're all okay. And if you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, you know the routine. Press the old subscribe button. Press the notification button by the side if you want to know when I'm going live. Or when I'm just doing a whip and chat, when I'm doing colouring, whether I'm doing floss tube. I do a bit of everything. And I have got a playlist if you want to ever see what I do. And I've got some tutorials on there as well. Of different things as well, how to make stuff from what you've got at home. So yeah, so all that's left for me to say is take care and stay safe, and bye for now.